Hello, we're excited to show you our native speech capabilities. The cut bled again, dark blood oozing out, and unblinking, he watched the tiny drops roll down his face. What's next to ecstasy? Pain. A cold, low voice spoke. He stood rooted to the ground. What's next to pain? Nothingness. He remembered each word. Nothingness, he mumbled, looking at himself in the mirror. The movement made the drops of blood roll down his face. And what comes after nothingness? Hell. Salar retched again, all of a sudden, and doubled over the wash basin. The food he had finished eating a few minutes ago was ejected once again. He turned on the tap to clear away the mess. He remembered what he had asked her next and what her reply had been. You're unable to make any sense of anything right now, and you won't be able to either. There'll come a time when everything will be clear to you and you'll understand it all. In every life, there's a time when everything becomes clear, when there's no more mystery. I am passing through that stage, she had said, but that stage will come upon you at some future point. Then remember to check if it doesn't amuse you. Salar retched again. He felt his eyes streaming. In life, at some time or another, we come to a point where all relationships cease, where there is only us and Allah. There are no parents, brother or sister, or any friend. Then we realize that there is no earth under us, nor is there sky above, but only Allah who is supporting us in this emptiness. Then we realize our worth is not more than a grain of sand or the leaf of a plant. Then we realize our existence is only confined to our being. Our demise makes not a whit of difference to the world around us, nor to the scheme of things. Salar was feeling an unusual pain in his chest. He licked the water flowing down his face, and he retched again. His thoughts continued. We come to our senses. We understand our utter insignificance. He was trying to rid the voice from his mind. He wondered why he remembered her now. He splashed water on his face, wiped it, opened the bottle of aftershave, and applied it to the wounds on his cheek. For the first time, he felt the pain. Coming out of the bathroom, he realized that his hands were trembling even now. I must go to the doctor. He clenched his fists. I need help. I must get myself checked up. He did not know this feeling of wild fear. He was suffocating. He felt as though someone was slowly squeezing the life out of him. Is it possible that my people would forget me this way? He took out clean clothes from his wardrobe and started to put them on. He wanted to get to the doctor fast. Suddenly, the apartment became a frightening place. That night, on returning home, he had been awake almost the whole night. He was in a strange state. He could not accept that he had been forgotten. He had always been well looked after by his parents. Considering the way he was, Sikandar Osman and Thayaba had handled him cautiously. They always worried for him, but now he felt that for the last few days, he was completely out of everyone's lives, his parents, brothers and sister, friends. If, as a result of his illness, he had died in his apartment, probably no one would know. Maybe till his corpse had begun to rot, and in this weather, how much time would that take? That night, he checked the phone's answering service every hour. In a state of disbelief, he spent all of the next week waiting for someone to call, but no one called. Have they all forgotten me? He panicked. After waiting a whole week like a fool for someone to call, he himself tried contacting his folks. He wanted to tell them what had happened to him and what he had been through. He wanted to share his woes with them. But for the first time, he felt as though nobody was really interested in him. Everybody had details of their own activities. Sikandar and Thayaba kept telling him of their holiday in Australia and how much they were enjoying it. He heard them absent-mindedly. Are you enjoying your holidays? After a long conversation, Tayyaba inquired about him. Me? Yes, very. He could utter only just these 3 words. He didn't know what to tell Tayyaba, what to disclose to her. Speaking to everyone that he called, he faced the situation for the first time. He realized that they were primarily interested in their own lives. Maybe if he had told them what had happened to him, they would have expressed shock, and maybe they would have gotten worried. But this would happen after he had told them. What place did he have in their lives? Was anyone interested to know what had occurred? Perhaps then he pondered for the first time that if his life were to end, why would it affect anyone else? What change would it bring to the world? What would his family feel? Nothing except grief for a few days. As for the rest of the world, it would not be affected even momentarily. If Salar's Sikander were to vanish, would it make any difference to anybody? He tried to banish such dark thoughts, but the despair and his state of mind overcame him. What's come over me? Of what consequence is it if people were to forget me temporarily? Several times I have myself lost contact with a lot of people. Then why bother if this has happened with me? But why did this happen to me? And if I had really not regained consciousness, if my fever had not subsided, if the pain in my chest and stomach not abated? He tried to rid his mind of these troubling thoughts, but could not. He was in more fear than pain. Maybe I'm becoming too sensitive. Otherwise, why should I let mere temporary unconsciousness get to me? He fretted. At least now I've recovered. But why am I thinking of death? After all, I've fallen ill before also, tried to commit suicides without cause, but now, why am I being assailed by these fears? His agony increased. Nor do I remember the misery of the fever. It was, perhaps, only a dream or somewhat like a coma. I can't recall more. He tried to smile. What is bothering me? What disease? Or is it the realization that nobody needed me? Nobody thought of me, not even my loved ones, my own family, my friends.